Congrats to winner Denny Hamlin on the win at Kansas Speedway. Congrats to him and Joe Gibbs Racing, Toyota, FedEx on the win. His first win of the season, his 49th career win, which ties Tony Stewart. You gotta be an impressive company right there if you tie with Tony Stewart in career wins. But congrats to him on the win. Congrats to his crew chief Chris Gapehart, his fans on the win. So credit to Denny Hamlin. He actually earned this one. He led some laps too, and that was a great race between him and Kyle Larson to battle for the win. I kind of hate to say it, but Denny Hamlin, I thought, was doing what he was supposed to do. I don't think he really tried to crash him or anything. Luckily, Kyle Larson didn't get walled too bad, and this was the last lap. Because if this was 2 to go, I don't know if he would have still Kyle Larson would hang on for second. So that was a good race and battle for the final lap between Denny Hamlin and Kyle Larson there. And like I said, shout out to Kyle Larson, finished second, hanging on for dear life. He got into the wall. It wasn't too walled, so he still hung on to finish second. So, and that just tells you what wheel control Kyle Larson is and how talented a race car driver he is. So, great save by Kyle Larson to stay second. I gotta say, he did all he could on those old tires to be in the lead for those old tires. I was impressed with him. He didn't win it, but he did pretty well. Where anyone else, I don't think, would have held on those old tires to the lead for too long. So, third, William Byron. I gotta give him credit where credit's due. I always do when he does well, but I gotta give him credit here because he was 2 laps down at one point during the race and I thought he was a goner. He wasn't going to be a contention for the win. But for him to finish third, after being 2 laps down at one point during the race, that is that's really impressive in my book. So great job and great recovery by William Byron coming home third. Fourth is Bubba Wallace. I thought he did really well during the race. He led a few laps here or there, was battling for the lead for a little bit. So great finish by Bubba Wallace there. Fifth, Ross Chastain. He's the talk of the town. I don't think it's in a good way. Him and Noah Gragson got into it. Got into a fight after the race. I'll let y'all watch the video and decide for yourselves. I thought that was crazy there, but apparently Noah Gregson's complaining that Chastain doored him or something with 60 to go, but I'll let y'all decide for yourselves on what went down. Sixth, Joey Logano. Great run for him today after what happened at Dover last week, so it's a great recovery for him from last week to finish 6th. So Joey Logano needed that top 10 finish. 7th is Chase Elliott. Great run by him. Just glad to see him run well. I'm going to go ahead and say I think he'll win one. I think he'll win a race before the last regular season race at Daytona. But if not, I'd be very surprised because Chase Elliott is that talented. But at the same time, it is hard to win no matter who you are. But if anyone could point their way in, possibly without a win, and not have to win, that could be Chase Elliott if he keeps running well. So, but I don't think that should be a problem for Chase Elliott because I think he's going to win before the regular season ends here. But we'll see. I think he'll do it. 8th is last week's winner, Martin Truex Jr. He was one of the leaders earlier in the race with Denny Hamlin and Kyle Larson and some of the others, but he came home 8th. 9th, Bubba Wallace's teammate Tyler Reddick. He actually led some laps, I think, there for a little bit. early on, but he came ninth. 10th is my guy right here, Austin Dillon. Great finish for him after Dover wasn't one of his best races, but I'm glad he came home with the top 10 finish, and I'm glad we got our first top 10 finish on a mile and a half since Homestead last season. So I'm glad we got a top 10 finish on that there. 11th, Kevin Harvick. 12th, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. 13th, Eric Almirola. Great recovery by him after spinning out. Luckily, he didn't hit the wall, so that's good there. That helped him finish 13th. So great recovery by him. AJ Allmendinger came 14th. Great run by him. 15th is Daniel Suarez, which got top 15. 16th, Ryan Blaney. 17th, Chris Buescher. I thought he was going to run a little better today after doing well last week at Dover. I could say the same for Ryan Blaney. Got 16th. I thought he was going to do well today too after finishing in the top 5 last week too, but it happens sometimes. 18th, Justin Haley. 19th, Chris Buescher's teammate, Brad Keselowski. 20th, Corey LaJoie. 21st, Eric Jones. 22nd, Ty Dillon. I thought Ty Dillon, one of my guys, I thought he did really well. He did get 4 stage points, I think. So, yeah, that was great to see Ty Dillon play with a little strategy there, get 4 stage points. He got 7th, so it's not too bad. And it's 1 stage, so that's pretty good. I thought he did pretty well, and did better than at Dover last week. So great job, Ty Dillon. 23rd, J.J. Elley. 24th, Todd Gillen. 25th, Josh Berry. I thought Josh Berry was doing well until that point, but he and Eric Jones barely got into it a few times apparently. So 25th, Josh Berry. 26th, Michael McDowell. 27th, Ryan Preece. 28th, Brandon Poole. 29th, Noah Gragson, the guy that's in a beef with Ross Chastain right now. 30th, Harrison Burton. 31st, Austin Cindric. After that, he lost a tire on the track. I don't think he really recovered, but I have a feeling one of his crew members is going to be suspended for 4 races because the tire went off on the track. 32nd, Chase Briscoe. From the drop of the green flag, we started in the back, and it didn't help. We had a tire fall off apparently on pit road, and luckily one of the crew members don't have to go on vacation because it didn't go out onto the track. But after that, they never really recovered with this. With the penalty, we had the pass through, we were laps down, and one of my guys, Chase Briscoe, I hate it. He's 4 points back of Daniel Suarez, who's currently as the last playoff spot. So hopefully Chase Briscoe can gain some points back on Daniel Suarez in Darlington next week. 33rd, Josh Bilicki. 34th, Ty Gibbs. I thought at one point he was gonna have a great run. He from the looks of it, it did not look like that when he hit the wall. I didn't think it was that much damage. But somehow, oddly enough, when he went to pit road, apparently the right front tire shredded, and it had something to do within the toe link. I don't know why, but he shredded a right front tire, and his day was done, unfortunately. I hated that for him. And 35th, my teammate Kyle Busch. I thought he was going to recover for a decent finish, but it just didn't happen. Brad Keselowski, I guess, got into him a little bit, but that was not intentional, I'm sure. But 36th, Christopher Bell. He was running well until he got hit there. by somebody, but hated that for Christopher Bell. I want to get to Austin Dillon here. We ran a lot. The beginning of the race, I'm gonna go ahead and say it did not start well, I thought, but as the race went on and after stage 1, I thought we started running a little bit better. Yeah, we started 11th. I know we dropped quick somehow, but we were, for a little while, we were 16th to probably a 23rd place car. But stage 2 is, luckily in one of the stages we held on to stay on the lead lap and held off Denny Hamlin, or one of the leaders, to stay on the lead lap. So my theory is I think that's what kind of helped us get a great finish. But the strategy kind of helped too, a little bit, where we stayed out a little bit, mixed it up. But we got 3 stage points in one of the stages, which is really cool. So we needed some stage points. And I was saying to myself earlier, if we can get ourselves, I said to myself earlier, we needed a top 15 and some stage points. That'd be a great day. And we kind of surpassed the top 15. We got a top 10 finish. So I'm proud of the effort. Austin Dillon showed 4th to get a top 10. I'm glad he had his first top 10 finish first top 10 finish on a mile and a half since Homestead last year. So, yeah, this was a much needed top 10 finish, because just nothing's really gone our way, I don't think, since the Bristol Dirt. So we needed a great run like this, and we were 117 points minus 117 points minus 16th, which is the last playoff spot. So we were 117 points going into that race, and now we're 95 points behind Daniel Suarez. So we gained, because of the 3 stage points and because of the top 10 finish, and I guess others. I don't know others, but we gained 22 points on 16th. So we needed that's a boost in the arm right there for the 3 team and RCR right there. So if we can keep gaining some points on 16th, keep running well, and keep getting some stage points, this will happen. I mean, I want to win more than anybody else. I don't want to point my way in. I want to win my way in. But we're gonna we just need to take baby steps, try to get as many points as we can, keep finishing well. I think the wins could come possibly, but I was proud of that finish for Austin Dillon, and he kept digging, he kept fighting. This might not feel like a win for a lot of people, but Austin Dillon finishing 10th, that did feel like a win for me after the slump we've been in. But glad we got a 10th place finish and a top 10 finish, and I'm glad we had a much needed top 10 finish. So proud of you, brother. Make me proud of my home state and my home track of Darlington, South Carolina next week. And let's do it at Darlington next week. Let's go, AD.